Okay, well, it's a beautiful day outside today, Not because the sun's shining or, but it's because there's a new update for Colourful Hell. Version 1.03. I'm gonna be reviewing each of the changes here today and giving my thoughts on them. Um, so I guess we can get into it. Uh, you have the green Mancubus, which deals more damage and moves slightly faster. This is probably one of the only changes I'm like kind of against, because Green Mancubus already does like a ton of damage. So we're gonna I'm gonna compare this with what the last update was with the Green Mancubus projectile. So this Green Bomb 1 does 10 to 55. Uh let's see what it does now. 20 to 75. Okay. Um that's still that's quite a bit more. I don't think this needed to be buffed. But because now this projectile has the chance of doing 75 direct damage plus a maximum of 37 splash damage up to 3 times. That's 111 plus 75, 186 damage potentially, which is absurd. And there are, what, 6 of these projectiles that get fired? Yeah. What about what's the average? Uh, between 20 and 75, it'd be like uh 47.5, I think. Um, plus the average between 8 and 37, let's just say is uh 21 maybe. So 63 plus, yeah, it's like 100 damage on average. Uh, that's a little absurd, if I'm not gonna lie. It was already a lot of damage, because this 10 to 55 here is like 15 damage on average less, I would say. Um, and as for the speed, 11, 16, okay. 14, 16, okay. I think in Colourful Hell Plus this is 16, and then I don't remember if there's a fast speed or not. But 14 is it's honestly a lot faster than I thought Hedge would put it at. I thought slightly faster would probably be like 12 or 13, but okay, 14. Um, I think doing the speed alone would have been fine. I don't think the extra damage was necessary. Because I can just summon a green Mancubus right now. Let's see how much damage he does to me. Yeah, 2 projectiles. And that's like 80 damage. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he needed to do more damage, but the speed is definitely a lot more threatening now. I guess we would have to see how it plays out in, like, real gameplay before making any, like, serious judgments against it, because it's, but my current thoughts right now is it's a little bit much, I would say, but not enough to where I would make, like, a huge fuss over it, even though I kind of am, but oh well. Next change is spawn chance tweaks. Okay. Well, now I have to go through every single one of these and figure out what's changed. Okay. So Blue Revenant from 120 to 150, that's interesting. Purple Revenant from 55 to 75. Okay, that makes sense. I do like those changes, I would say. Zombies. No changes with zombies. Imps. No changes with imps. Nope. Shotgunners. No changes with shotgunners. Okay. Demons. I don't see anything. Specters. Nothing. It'd be nice to, have specified what spawns exactly changed, like blue and purple revenant so far. Really no changes here. Purple chain gunner is still rarer than yellow chain gunner. Gotta love it. Cacos. Nothing. Okay. Hell Knights. Nothing. Brachnos. Nothing. Hmm. Not a whole lot of spawn changes so far. Oh, here we go. Mancubi. So blue Mancubi from 100 to 130. That's I don't know how I feel about that. Blue Mancubus is kind of overpowered. I mean, I don't know. Purple Mancubus from 40 to 50. That's okay, I guess. And all these are pretty subtle. I guess not blue Mancubus. That's a little less subtle. Yellow Mancubus from 27 to 30. Okay, that's very extremely subtle. Interesting choice. Archviles. Okay. Blue Arch from 130 to 160. Yeah, Purple Arch 70 to 80. And Yellow Arch from 30 to 40. Okay. I actually do like these changes because I do feel that the rare Archviles are more rare, I guess. I feel like a lot of times when Archviles spawn, it's just like common or green and occasionally blue, but purple, yellow seems to rarely show up, I would say. Abyss Archvile is still. Oh no, Abyss Archvile did change from 25. Abyss Archvile is more common. Oh come on, that's BS. I disagree with that. I disagree. Abyss Archvile does not need to be more common than they already are. So Abyss Archvile is just overpowered. Okay, Barons. We got some Baron changes. Blue Baron from 200 to 220. Okay. Um, I don't know. I prefer 200 honestly because Blue Baron is just. I don't like the attack from Blue Baron. I think it was better in past CH updates where there was no blue flames that spawned, and I think now it's just a bit too overpowered with the area of effect. Yeah. Cyan Baron from 130 to 135. I don't think Cyan Baron needs to be more common. Cyan Baron is pretty overpowered. Purple Baron from 150 to 145. Okay. Um, very subtle difference. Uh, Yellow Baron from 40 to 50. That's fine, I guess. Abyss Baron 30 to 40. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. Abyss Baron is also pretty overpowered. I don't like how it's more common than Gray and Fireblue Baron now. Um, my goodness, Cyan Baron is way too common. Yeah, I don't agree with a lot of these, but I mean, not terrible. Could be worse, I suppose. Okay, Lost Souls. Oh my gosh, Blue Lost Soul is a lot more common now. Which, honestly, yeah, I think he should be a lot more common. Because 75 compared to 320 for green? Like, what the heck? And purple is 50 still. I think purple should be more common. I think, yeah, purple should be more common. Purple Lost Soul should just get like a rework, to be honest, too. That's besides the point, though. That's it, I suppose. Paint elementals. Okay. Blue paint elemental from 120 to 160. That's okay. I'm not opposed to that. I think 160 might be a bit much. Maybe a 140 would be better. Um, and Abyss and Gray paint elemental and Red paint elemental are all more common. I like Red paint elemental being more common. I feel like Red paint elemental doesn't show up enough. Gray paint elemental being more common, I would say doesn't show up enough either. But, probably a good thing, to be honest. And Abyss paint elemental, sure, I can see him being more common too. I don't have a problem with that. And then Cyber Demons, um, unchanged. Okay, that surprises me. Masterminds, I feel like Masterminds has got to be different. Yeah, Blue Mastermind is more common. Okay, I'm cool with that. Purple Mastermind, 83 instead of 73. I like that. I definitely like that. Yellow Mastermind, 30 to 40. Nice. Yeah. When it comes to masterminds, it's like a lot of the rare masterminds don't show up enough because, masterminds is just like the rarest vanilla enemy. Gray and brown mastermind. No, why is gray mastermind more common? No, come on. Gray mastermind should just be 0. Brown mastermind, I can also live with being 0. Uh, I don't like these two masterminds. Um, I mean, now they're more common, so I can complain about them more, I guess. Fireblu Mastermind, ugh, 28. Yikes. I don't like Fireblu Mastermind either. Abyss Mastermind more common, I agree with, to be honest. Abyss Mastermind doesn't get seen enough. And, okay, so that's all the spawn changes. I'm pretty mixed with a lot of these. I feel like a lot of them, go the opposite direction that I wanted them to. And with chain gunners especially, you know, yellow chain gunner, purple chain gunner is a big flaw here. I would say this needs to be changed for sure. And then I think, um, I think purple caco should be more common too. And yellow and red caco are the same probability. That's a bit concerning. I'm pretty mixed on a lot of these. There's some that I like. I think blue lost soul is really like the best change. Um, maybe the revenants as well. And red paint elemental. But yeah, that's how I feel. Yeah, okay. What else do we have? Gray demon attaches slightly faster. Um, I don't like Gray Demon, like, fundamentally as an enemy. Um, that's why I have, like, a new version of Gray Demon in Colourful Hell Plus. But it's besides the point. Um, I'm gonna look at Gray Demon now. So, what is the difference here? I actually don't know the code for Gray Demon very well, because I've never worked on it in Plus. Uh, I don't see any difference here. Hmm. What is the difference? Huh? Oh, here we are. Okay, I finally found the difference. So it becomes uh 4 frames each to 3 frames here. Okay, that's fine. I don't have any opinion on that change. I think that's perfectly fine. Gray chain gunner. Ooh. Ooh, I've been looking forward to this. Gray chain gunner is probably my top 3 least favorite enemies in this entire mod. Because Gray chain gunner is just so mundane, so boring, so unfair. It's just gray shotgunner but worse, is how I would describe it. And there's like nothing that stands out with this lady. Um, so now we'll look at the difference. This is how gray chain gunner is normally. Um, now what's the difference? Yes, health nerf. Oh wait, no, it's always like that. Okay. I mean, I would prefer this to be even lower, to be honest. Um, Let me see any comparisons. Nothing yet here. This looks different. Okay, let me see here. Oh, okay, it targets you now. It has like a little warning thing. And it can miss you. Yes. Yes. It's not an instant hit. It's not perfectly accurate. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh wait. No. No. Wait, no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Uh okay. This is still perfectly accurate. And a lot of damage. Um Okay, but I think the difference here is that it fires 5 bursts instead of 1, which, oh my god, wait. No, is this gonna be 1,000,000 damage? No. Okay. It's still unavoidable 80 damage, which I don't really agree with. I think if the damage was nerfed, that I would be fine with it. Oh, you can damage yourself, cool. I guess that's one way to cancel out the attack. Good strategy to avoid more damage. Like, the problem I have with this bullet puff is that it just... I think there's a chance like the nails can like, yeah, hit you like that. I don't exactly know how it happens. But I think it just have the potential to do like way too much damage. Seems to happen when I jump. Which, I don't exactly know what the point of these nails that spawn in the ceiling are. I always thought that was weird. Is it an improvement? I don't know. Like, it's more powerful. Which, I don't know how I feel. But at least it's like, oh, there's a warning before it happens, you know? That's probably like the best thing about this new change would be for me. other than that, eh, I mean, it's more like a chain gunner than a shotgunner, I guess. Uh, is this an improvement? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. I'm just gonna move on, I guess. Um, we'll see how it plays out in the actual game, I suppose. Now, purple and yellow archvile, I've been looking forward to looking at because they've been buffed. And I think purple archvile especially, I think, could have used a buff. I don't know about yellow archvile, but we'll see how he has been buffed. Um, just give me a moment to look through all this code and figure out what the heck changed. Okay, we have a vile attack here. So, okay. So here's the regular archvile thing. And one frame later, I guess. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. What else has changed? Uh, maybe the projectiles changed a little bit. I did remember in in Colourful Hell Plus, I made one of the projectiles do like a lot more damage than what they did. Maybe that changed. Oh, this is way different. Okay, so it summons 8 of these projectiles at random angles, and now it does the same, but it spawns 16 more. Um, okay, okay. I can work with that. Okay, but this still does like very little damage. Which I don't know. I think the better approach would have been to make these do more damage, but that's my opinion. Like I still think it's a fine approach. Okay. I like these changes so far. See how they play out in practice. Oh, and the attack has no sound too, so no, go away. I don't like you. No. What? Okay. And the way it spawns is oh, it went away right away. Go away. Sir, thank you. Yeah, I like this. I like this change. I think it is probably the best change so far out of all of them we've been through so far. Okay, so now we can look at yellow archvile. Uh-huh. Comparison. So far, I don't see anything different. I'm kind of looking at this real slowly though, so yeah. Okay, how's this guy been buffed? Um, anything here? Here? Oh, here we go. So fire Hell Knight Ball 1 is fired twice. Um, uh, I oh, more explosion damage. Nice. Did this projectile need to be buffed though? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it was fine the way it was. Because, there's a chance you can like be standing in a corner waiting for it to go away, and then it just gets in your face and can't really move anywhere, so you're just standing on top of it and you just get destroyed. Um, yeah. Okay. Curious if there's any other difference aside from that. Um, I mean, I highly doubt spawn changes were changed here. I could be wrong. I don't see anything. Okay. So this is a very subtle change to yellow archvile. Um, maybe there's something I missed. I'm not sure. Okay, Fireblu PE. Everyone's favorite. Fireblu PE. This guy, F tier, stinks. No one actually likes this guy. Maybe he'll redeem himself. You know? Okay, same health. Oh, some changed your damage 5. Um, sounds like a buff. I don't know if I like that. Oh, okay. This is canceled out now. So melee before it would just kind of like explode and then do all this crazy stuff and kill you. But now, okay, melee. So now it immediately goes here. And okay. So the melee state was essentially kind of removed. But it just goes here and okay. Otherwise, if you're farther than 700, it will charge at you. And it'll do 5 damage, base 5 damage instead of base 3, which is, I don't know. Uh, blows up more within the walls. What does that mean? I don't know. Any difference with this? This is like the thing that needs like the most change, I think. I'm pretty sure this actor is what results in inaccessible kills. I think this needs to be changed, but so far I don't see anything different. But I suppose it's more fair that it doesn't blow up in your face. Okay, that is the attack when you get close to it. I think it's more fair. I just think the kill count needs to be addressed still, because okay, well, okay, it didn't work this time, but like, it's so easy to have these guys spawn in the wall. Wait a minute. Okay, let me double check the death state actually. Wait, this is different. This is different, okay. So, instead of being fired at, yeah, this is good now, actually. So now it's a lot less likely for there to be lost souls that spawn inside the walls, but I mean, maybe it's still possible. Oh, well, actually, the kill count is still broken. Well, like I said, this needs to be addressed, because sometimes it can spawn one of these guys, but, like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it has to do with this in particular. The same thing happened with red paint elemental. I think in like a very specific situation where it's like you summon like a friendly red paint elemental and the kill count would just bug out. It is definitely something to do with this though, but I'm glad we're at least one step closer to getting the kill count fixed for Fireblu paint elemental. Okay, the next change, Abyss Caco has a new sprite. I'm curious what this one is. And I know Hedges mentioned about. Give me a moment. I know Hedge has mentioned about there being a pink tier in the making. I don't know if there are any sprites yet for pink tier. Oh, hey, hinks. So we have this Loper here. This is for Pink Demon, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if Pink Demon has actually been made. No, okay. That would have been fun. 8653. Okay, there have been 300 sprites added. Abyss Caco, here we go. And moment of truth. Drum roll, please. Ah, okay. This is. Yeah, I can get behind this. I can get behind this. This is nice. Now I'm curious how it plays out in game. That's not Abyss Caco. Here we go. Okay. This looks good. I like this translation. Fits well. This guy's still, like, overpowered as heck. Projectiles aren't very visible.
First blood.
Well, I guess that goes to show how powerful he is. The projectiles don't come out from his mouth now, though. What I would do, I would lower all these sprites to be, like, here, because this matches, if we go to the other Cacodemon sprites and do a quick side-by-side comparison, you can see that the actual Cacodemon lines up a lot better. Oh, actually lines up perfectly. Okay. Lines up a lot better here, because if the projectiles initially come out from the mouth, they come out at around about here. And with this, now the projectiles come out at about here, but with the sprite alignment like this, it just comes out from the tentacles. So I would definitely lower all these sprites. Let me actually figure out how much out of curiosity. Okay, so 31 and 60. Yeah, all these sprites need to be lowered 27 pixels, preferably. Except for these ones here. But, I mean, Hedge Cactus, if you're watching, I would lower all these sprites by 27 pixels, so the projectiles actually come out of the mouth. And it's not even just projectiles, it's also the hitbox of Abyss Caco, because the hitbox starts from this horizontal black line and upwards. But if Abyss Caco has, at least what I think is a height of 56. Let me double check. If Abyss Caco has, height of 52, then it would be this black line here and 52 pixels upward. So if I take this 87, subtract 52, you can see the tip of the hitbox is about where the Caco's nose is, kind of, about where the tip of the mouth is. Anything that's above this black line is not a part of the hitbox. You will be aiming over Abyss Caco. So, like, I mean, there's also this float bob sprite as well, so it makes it a lot harder to tell. Like, I can shoot you here, but I cannot shoot you up here. It just all goes through you. And similarly, I can spectate myself. You can see where I am standing on top of the hitbox, and its range is about where the mouth is to where the eyes are. So, I don't know. Does it make sense that you would shoot these tentacles? I think the tentacles is what should not be a part of the hitbox. So if you move it to here, the sprite, the hitbox will range from here to about up here to the very tip of the head, but these tentacles will not be counted as the hitbox. And they would also appear to, like, go through the ground as well. That's what I would do. And yeah, you can see projectiles come out from the tentacles, which is not very pretty. So I think this definitely needs to be improved. I do like the sprite in itself, though. I think the sprite in itself is good. I think that death animation is good as well. Death animation looks very good. Yeah, I like the death animation a lot. And then the last change is, I guess one I forced him to do, is to nerf Benellus X focus hit scan attack. If you've watched my analysis video on shotgunners, you might have seen that the focused fire attack is extremely overpowered, and it's insta-kills you from super far away, even if you're at 200 health. Like, it's absurd. So let's see how it has changed. We can still see my annotations here. Um, focused fire here. Wait, no, it's focused hit scan. So this is how it was before. It's extremely accurate with 1 degree of horizontal and 1 degree of vertical. But now, I hope it's less accurate. That's what I would change. In Colourful Hell Plus, it is 3 degrees for both instead of 1 degree. And okay, now it's 2 degrees, which, I mean, oh, but it does from 5 to 20. Is this number of bullets? From 5 to 20 bullets to 3 to 12. So that is like 60%. Yeah, I think this is a good change for sure, because while in Colorful Hell Plus it's still less accurate, I believe there are still the same amount of bullets being fired. So if it's more accurate and there's less bullets, I think, yeah, that would be a decent compromise for sure. I like that change. And that is pretty much every change in the mod. I mean, we can still see there's still a few, glaring errors up here. As well as probably some typos as well, I imagine. Like this back bundle from White Baron, Soul Spear from Purple Baron. Yeah. So I guess that's all I have for today. Overall, this update, I would say it's decent. I would say it's a pretty minor update, I would say. I have a lot of mixed feelings on things, but overall, I would say it's fine. I would give it like a 3 out of 5 stars if I were to give it a rating. Yeah, we can expect more to come with future CH updates. We can see eventually Hedge is going to plan on adding explosive tier with my permission, and hopefully that comes with my X bosses as well. I would love to see those implemented. But yeah, that's about all I have. So I hope you all have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.